أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alhamdulillah wa kafa wa sallallahu ala nabiyyil Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. Every Muslims all over the world are interested in getting more rewards in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have a lot of things we can do or come up with as an act of righteousness that Allah will see as an act of ibadah, and it will attract multiple and great rewards in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't have to be in the mosque to achieve this. You don't have to be on your prayer mat to achieve this. You don't have to hold your chaplet, your tasbih before you achieve this. You don't have to hold the Quran before you achieve this. It is important for us to know that there are so many of them. One of it I want to quickly explain to us is removing harmful objects on the road, on the street, where people pass every now and then, without being in the mosque, without being on ablution or whatever. Whoever is able to do this, we have a lot of rewards, because it turns to what we call sadaqah. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, imatatul adha ani tariqi sadaqah. Removing of any form of harmful objects on the road or on the street in order not to harm the passerby will be regarded in the sight of Allah as a sadaqah, a form of almsgiving. And when you give out an almsgiving, Allah will regard this as an act of ibadah, as hasana. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-An'am, Quran 6, verse 160, that man ja'a bil hasanatin falahu ashru amthaliha. Whoever is able to come up with an act of righteousness, an act of good deed, will attract 10 rewards. Will attract 10 rewards. So that act alone, if you are walking on a street and you find a harmful object like a broken bottle or a sharp object that can harm others, it's a service to humanity. You will get more than 10 rewards, because there are a lot of good numbers of people who will pass through that street or that road that would have been harmed by that sharp or harmful object. By you removing it, it attracts a lot of reward. You may get at least 10 reward for doing that. You may get 100 reward. You may get 1,000 reward for removing just an object. For example, if that object is to harm like 10, 20 people, and you are the one that is able to remove it on the road, you have a lot to achieve from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a form of reward, because you have just come up with a kind of service to humanity. What will have harmed them, what will have bring about pains and difficulty for them, Allah has used it to get it, to rid it from the road, and you stand to gain a lot of reward, depending on your position before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But whatever you do with good intention, definitely the rewards will be there for you, at least 10 rewards. If you remove 2, you have 20 rewards, and you can have 100 rewards, 200 rewards, and even above. Ad'afu mudha'afa, your rewards can be multiplied. You can have multiple rewards. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim.